Hello everyone, welcome to Enmanji Temple's October Shotsuki Hoyo Memorial Service. This service honors family members and friends whose anniversary of their passing is in the month of October. Today's service will be conducted by our supervising minister, Reverend Dennis Fujimoto from the Buddhist Temple of Alameda. Reverend Fujimoto will now do the Hyo-byakumon, the adoration.
Hyo-byakumon. Today, on this occasion of our Shotsuki service, members of the Enmanji Buddhist Temple have reverently come before Amida Buddha in memory of their beloved.
I will continue the service by reading the names of the Shotsuki Hoyo honorees. Teruichi Arishita, Tsuya Fujihara, Michio Fujimoto, Gio Itsuno, Ika Kimura, Kei Kimura, Shoichi Kobayashi, Tomotaro Kobuke, Fusa Matsuda, Chisa Nakagawa, Emi Nishikawa, Taneko Noguchi, Seiji Okura, Seiichi Onishi, Chotaro Otani, Harue Otani, Jintaro Otani, Tom Shimazu, Helen Kim, Isako Yoshimura, Henry Arishita, Genichi Sugioka, Katsuzo Tsurumoto, Suematsu Ushino, Hisakichi Yamamoto, Okihachi Yasuda, Kiku Yonemura, Ted Tetsuo Namba, Katsuzo Matoba, Hiromu John Nakagawa, Satoru Jack Otani, Raymond Morita, Henry Hamamoto, Sadako Fujita, Dorothy Masako Ono, Masako Matsumoto, Ken Akutagawa, Harue Tsujihara, Masaji Tsujihara, Marlon Shimizu, Wilder Bentley, Alice Shimazu, Sakae Curly Ishizu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Reverend Fujimoto will continue the service with sutra chanting. For those of you who would like to join in with the sutra chanting, a PDF copy of the Purple Shin Buddhist service book can be accessed from the same site as this service. Today's chanting will begin with the Sambujo, the three respectful callings, on page 24 of the service book, then continue with the first 10 pages of Amida Kyo on pages 103 to 113. This will be followed by the Nembutsu and Ekoku on pages 134 and 135.
With deepest reverence and thankfulness for the all-embracing wisdom and compassion of Amida, we reaffirm the three homages. Namo Kie Butsu, Namo Kie Ho, Namo Kie So. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Please repeat the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, 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 Namanda. 剣道本国門直教行シャリ法極楽国土上寿尿税空毒将軍仏師シャリ法非国上修十奇妙座式市長白国弱オムシャリ下領賓が愚名市長聖書宗長長や六時水和慶音五音年長五根公力七宝大文那小道文尿税東方合同修上門税音に開出年仏年法戦争シャリ法尿物医師長実税祭王将少々医者が非部国土無三幕州シャリ法合部国土商務三幕道司名画教実税所州庁改税阿弥陀仏抑量法音川流園芸少佐チャリ法非部国土未付水道小法五十牛法ラモ水未明音非尿百戦中学同時空差音税音社会事年上念仏年法年相死心シャリ法合部国土長寿尿税空毒将軍
At this time, we will hear a Dharma talk given by Reverend Dennis Fujimoto.
Good morning again, everyone. Today, I would like to start with this quote. Please join me in Kansho as I read this, the words from Honen Shonin. Even if we place our arms around each other, where there is no nembutsu, it is as if we are separated by 100 or 1,000 years. However, where there is the nembutsu, there is the happiness of always being together. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda. So these are words of Honen Shonin when he was about to leave the night before his exile was to take place. And so as you know, or probably know, the story of Honen and Shinran were exiled along with others to far off areas, remote areas of Japan, and they were to never see each other, student and teacher. So Honen was sent off to Tosa province, and so on the night before leaving, he was surrounded by some of his disciples, students, and this is what he had said, and telling them how his feelings about the closeness that will never be gone as they share in the life of the Nembutsu. So even though physically they may be separated, they'll always be together in the Nembutsu. So recently there was a funeral service that was held, and it was a gentleman had lost his wife, and so he and his 3 daughters came to the service, very small and intimate setting at the temple, and one son-in-law as well. So 5 of them, 5 family members in attendance, and very saddened at the loss of wife and mother. And so during the service, one of the stories I told is about my own father. You may have heard this story too from me. Almost 40 years ago, my father had passed away. He was serving as the minister in Sacramento and working hard to get ready for their Obon weekend. And it's always a busy and festive time to have the Obon weekend come at all of our temples. And he had invited a guest speaker from Los Angeles, Higashi minister, dear friend. And so my father had worked very hard to get everything in order for the special weekend, but he was suffering from cancer and was getting weaker and weaker. And he went to the hospital the morning of the Obon festivities. He passed away. And so his guest speaker announced to the members, his members at the temple, that, oh, Reverend Fujimoto passed away this morning. And my image and recollection, I had my first son, was 1 year old, and had this little yukata on, and my brother had his first son, maybe 2 years old, and they had matching yukata on and running around in the crowd, and so juxtaposing them, as part of the festivities, and then to lose my father. Certainly it was a very difficult time for myself and the family, but as years go by, every Obon, I remember that time. I remember those feelings and recollections of my father, and I tell people that his voice is louder now than it ever was when I was a little person. So I was 30 years old at the time when he passed away. And so growing up with him, were times when maybe I wouldn't listen that much or pay less attention to things that my father told me. And after the fact, after losing him, then you think again, and you think twice, and you think 3 times, and these words come back in your memory, and you think about that. So when we lose our family members, they become a part of this infinite. At first, we miss them personally and as part of our family, someone we looked up to, someone we knew, but they become this part of this infinite, part of Amida. And through them, we find our connection to this infinite. So family members, initially we feel saddened to lose them, but through them we can recognize our connection to Amida, to this infinite that they become a part of, and then we recognize that we are also a part of. And so again, we become close to them, we become connected to them when we see that the infinite, that Amida, is what we share. This is where we come from, and this is something that we recognize when we say the Nembutsu. So the Nembutsu guides our hearts and minds to be able to glimpse this connection. In reciting the Nembutsu, we reconnect ourselves to this infinite and all who are a part of it, whether dead or alive. So Honen says this in his words. I would like to read his words again and listen very closely. Even if we place our arms around each other, where there is no Nembutsu, it is as if we are separated by 100 or 1,000 years. However, where there is the Nembutsu, there is the happiness of always being together. And so in this sense, when we come to our Shotsuki services or the Obon season each year, we think about the people we have lost in our families, and not only that we lost them and we grieve them or we remember them, we connect to them, and we connect to them through the Nembutsu as part of Amida, as part of this infinite causes and conditions that surround us at all times. So they are a part of this infinite, and we who are still alive are a part of this infinite. And this is a connection that we awaken to, we become aware of in our recitation of the Nembutsu. And the Nembutsu becomes kind of a gateway for us to connect our lives to theirs once again, and not just in memory or in thoughts, but you feel that it is real. And many of us have that experience, and we return to that when we come to our Shotsuki services, when we come to Obon season, when we come to here, the temple. Okay, so thank you very much for letting me share these thoughts today. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. So I will light the incense, and we could come up and offer incense to close the service. Please, here or there, come up to offer incense, however you have set up to do in your own homes. And as always, we would like to thank the Sloth family for joining us and serving as our chairpersons, whoever has assisted in our services here and there, the flowers that have been provided, all the adornments of the Onaijin, flowers, fruits, whatever we have set up our altar area for today. We thank everyone who's been involved, everyone who is involved in providing the video service and the links and all these things that go into creating these services for us. So thank you very much. Appreciate that you are all here. Thank you for joining. Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei, for your inspiring message. This concludes our October Shotsuki Hoyo Memorial Service. Thank you once again to Reverend Fujimoto for your Dharma talk. And also, Sensei, thank you for starting the service with the ringing of the Kansho. We would also like to thank the October Toban for the offerings and the flowers, and Darryl Yagi for setting up the Onaijin. Many thanks to Kevin Iwamura for the videography and editing of this service. If you would like to make a donation to our temple, you are welcome to do so through the Enmanji website. Thank you all very much for viewing this service. We hope to see you soon. Please stay safe and well. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.